You see, now today, with the advancement of technology and our time, you can be comfortable in your own zone. You see, at that time, who are you going to talk to? You need to compromise. You need to suck up to all these things. But today, with or without it, you'll be okay. Only that sometimes you can feel a bit, right? But today it's more manageable. But at those times, it was not manageable. For example, I was speaking to one girl the other day. We met at a cafe, and we were having a chat. Then she said something. She said, "Oh, I'm very lonely and depressed. But then again, thanks to Netflix." You get what I'm saying? There was an option. Thanks to what? Netflix. Right? And then likewise, the same thing. I was like, yeah, my kid's teacher said that, oh, she's watched everything on Netflix. There's no show she's never missed. And it keeps her company. You see, because they have that what? Outlet. Right? I'm not going to sit down for that tolerance. You see, that outlet has created a room. But those days, there was no. You see, when it comes to Gen Z, one thing that I see is that what? There are a lot of things that keeps you busy, that keeps you going. Yeah, but and if you don't set your priorities, it might not be a thing you can make, or you can make do without it.
Yeah, I want to interject though, because these things that we're saying, yes, they can be a distraction if it's not managed well. But at the same time, like you said, for some people, it's an option because that's the only option they have. So, for instance, if that single friend of yours that was in the cafe was in a relationship, you could create things with your partner. As women, what we love more is to spend time with our partner. Me, if I have a boyfriend or a husband, he's dead because all I want to do is to spend time with him.
I hope he's watching.
Please.
That was just a friend with benefits.
I beg, oh please.
No, sometimes benefits is needed more than the companionship.
There is no such thing. I'm living the life of the Lord.
The Lord with benefits.
In all seriousness, these things are only options because the real thing is not there. So if you are in a relationship and you're still having to gravitate towards these distractions,
you have doubts.
Yeah, you have a problem in your relationship. You know, if I'm in a relationship with you, Chief, for instance, and I'm still wanting to catch up on my Netflix, I'm not saying you can't, but then if these distractions become dependable on to have fun, then there's something wrong in our relationship. Does that make sense? So yes, there are these distractions, social media, Facebook. I utilize my social media platform for business. You know, so I'm managing it well. So every time you see me on my WhatsApp, my Facebook, I'm using to advertise things. I'm using to promote things. So that's being manageable. But you won't see me on social media for hours and hours and hours just gossiping or finding, you know. So they are distraction, but I feel like it needs to be managed well. So it's not all bad, these social media that you're talking about. But if you're in a relationship,
depends on the individual.
Yeah, and if you're in a relationship and you prefer to
stay on
instead of playing with your children or having a conversation with your husband,
there's a problem.
There's a problem.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So, Stephen, I'll come to you, Mr. Moneyman. Is it true that marriages gives more problem than benefits?
Oh, no.
Marriages? No. Marriage doesn't give problems at all. It depends.
Well, the reality does.
The reality. You see, when it comes to marriage, once both of you, your priorities are right, you see, it's way more beneficial. You get what I'm saying? You see, the benefit can never, you see, it's so much. It can never be quantified. Even it goes on from generation to generation. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, benefits are nice, but they are short-lived. Just like chewing a gum or having a peppermint, it doesn't stay. But the thing is that the focal point that I always tell people is that it's about what? Building together, right? My advice is that try and build together, right? Get your priorities right. I'm in for good and I'm in for the better. Whether you're a woman.
What about the voice?
See.
Thanks, Queen Harriet, for adding that.
Yeah.
For better and for the worse.
You see, when your priorities are right, right, that you know what? Okay, let me give an example. My mom says something to me, right? Is that growing up? She looked at her family. Nobody stays in marriage, and it was like a pattern in her family. So she said she prayed. No, my mom loves prayer. So she prayed, and she said that what? She was determined to make it work. You get what I'm saying? That was her mindset. She was determined to make it work. And in so doing, not that she was going to take any rubbish. You get what I'm saying? But then that mentality alone, right, helped to make the marriage succeed, and also give me a mindset, right? To one point, my late dad, we were talking, I was having a chat, he said, oh, you know, the fact that I slide in and here doesn't mean that I don't love my wife, but whoever it is, my wife comes first. My wife is a priority. You get what I'm saying?
We still don't tolerate cheating.
Right. We'll come back to that message for now. And not for now. Right. But why am I saying this? The motives was clear. You see, get the more clear motives. Because when the motives are not clear, you resort to the latter. And the latter will always create problems. You see, benefits are short-lived. Benefits are short-lived. And benefits is not the way forward. After benefits, oneness. So my